Alamo, written by Kira Freed. Introduction. The year 1836 is the place known as Texas. The Mexican army held the Alamo under the siege. Mexican troops flew a red flag from the church town of Texas to message Texans inside the Alamo to accept no mercy. For 13 days, Mexican rebels held off Mexican soldiers who greatly outnumbered them. Colonel William B. Travis sent urgent requests for war troops, but few came. Travis knew he and his men were likely to die defending the Alamo. About 3 a.m. on March 6th, Mexican soldiers slyly took their positions around the Alamo. Just before dawn, the attack began. A few hours later, almost every person inside the Alamo had been killed. During the siege and the battle at the Alamo, over 200 Texans and 400 to 500 Mexican soldiers died. Many bigger conflicts have taken place over the years, yet the battles of the Alamo occupies an important place in the United States history. Let's go back in time to learn why. History. Mexico original people were native tribes who have occupied the area for thousands of years. The Spanish arrived in 1500 in search of gold. They made a gold colony worked to convert the nation to Christianity. Beginning in the late 1600s, they set up missions across the area, now known as Mexico and the southwest United States. In the 1780s, the Spanish established a fort and a mission on the opposite banks of the San Antonio River. Spanish settlers found the town of the San Antonio near Texas across the river from the mission in 1731. In 1801, the Spanish military started using the former missions as a fort. The fort's name change was Alamo, which is Spanish for cottonwood tree. In the first 1821, the first group of the U.S. settlers came to Texas, led by Stephen F. Austin, and many more families followed. Texas was a wide open frontier, which ruled as for farming and ranching. It was later during of expanding the countries all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Most of the people living in Texas were Anglo settlers for the United States. There were some Tejanos, Mexican-born settlers. Most of the Anglos were farmers who have become Mexican citizens. They were loyal to Mexico and grateful for the opportunity to settle here. By the 1830s, the number of Anglos in Texas has grown to at least 20,000. The Mexican government became concerned and was losing control of Texas and passed a new law to stop more Anglos from moving there. The Mexican government also outlawed slavery, which angered Anglo settlers who wanted to have plantations and keep slaves. The fight for independence began. Mexico passed these laws. Some Texans decided that Texas should be part of the United States. Others wanted Texas to be an independent country and still wanted Texas to become a separate state with Mexico. Over time, more Texans did not want to be part of Mexico, and the Mexican government did not want to give up Texas. After allowing thousands of Angelos settled within border, Mexico saw the greatest get angrier. The government became concerned to the United States might use force to take control of Texas. Mexico sent soldiers and weapons to stop that from happening. In 1833, General Santa Anna became Mexico president the next year. He turned Mexico's democracy into a dictatorship. This made Texans even more determined of getting out of the Mexican rule. In early October 1835, the first battle of the fight for the Texas independence took place in the town of Cottonville, where the Texans won their hopes for independence grew. Others joined the rebel, mostly volunteered from the United States. They surrounded the Alamo in the late October 1835, holding Mexican troops inside the fort under siege. The Texans finally attacked on December 5, 1835, even though they were outnumbered 3-1 by Mexican troops. They took the fort of them from the Mexico General Corps. After 4 days of fighting, Santa Anna was enraged after learning a costly defeat and prepared a large army to attack the Texan rebels now inside the Alamo. After the Texan victory, many troops left the Alamo to fight elsewhere in Mexico. Only about 100 men stayed at the Alamo under the command of the Colonel James C. Neely. Winter was coming and the men were running out to the food and supplies. Neely walked to the general's cell, Houston, asking for more troops and supplies. Houston did not believe that Alamo could be defended. He sent Jim Bowie and 30 troops to move the men out and destroy the Alamo so that could not be used by the Mexican troops. But Neely convinced Bowie that Alamo was valuable and should be defeated. Bowie wrote to Texas Governor Henry, who agreed to send more troops and weapons. Colonel Williams arrived with 30 soldiers. David Crockett, a former U.S. soldier, arrived soon with a group of volunteer riflemen determined to take back the Alamo. Santa Anna and several hundred Mexican soldiers arrived on February 23. When Santa Anna raised a red flag at its church in town, the Texans responded with a defeat blast from the cannon. Santa Anna troops surrounded and shelled the Alamo for 13 days, while the Mexican army grew to 2,000 men. Even though Santa Anna had the Alamo surrounded, the Texans were able to slip through holes in its lines. The Travis continued to send messages asking for help. 1 week after Santa Anna's siege began, at least 32 men arrived to help the Texans. The men inside the Alamo now numbered between 180 and 260, but they were still greatly outnumbered. The Battle of the Alamo. Just after the midnight on March 6, 1836, Santa Anna ordered his soldiers to take their positions around the Alamo. They moved silently into place and waited until just before the dawn. Then called to arms were surrounded and the attack began. The Mexican soldiers caught the Texans by surprise when the Texans yelled near the northeast corner that killed fired by the colonists. In that direction, and many Mexican soldiers returned fire from the Mexican army killed Travis. Santa Anna sent more soldiers, but sharpshooters instead of the Alamo killed many Mexican troops related on the Alamo in order to regroup. When Santa Anna ordered them back to the Alamo, they scaled the walls and swarmed the compound. The Texans were now fighting hand-to-hand. They refused useless and they fought bravely, even though they knew it was hopeless. Sometime between 6:30 and 9 a.m., the battle was over. Almost every Texan male was killed, and a few left alive were executed soon after. After the bar of Santa Ana did give up the Alamo, he was determined to end the Texas fighting for the independence. After the Mexicans ended won another battle at Colonia, Santa Anna believed he had stopped the rebellion, proposing to drive every Angelo out of Texas. He ordered his army to move across Texas, destroying Angelo settlements along the way. Separately, the Texans grew in the United States as the news spread about the Alamo battles. Many Anglo Texans and the U.S. citizens wanted revenge for the death of the men killed by Santa Anna's troops. On April 21st, 1836, Hudson Army surprised Mexican troops at San Jacinto. As they charged, the Texans shouted, "Remember the Alamo." The battle lasted only 18 minutes. More than 600 Mexican soldiers were killed, and many others were wounded or taken prisoner. The Texas Army lost only 9 men. Santa Anna was captured the next day. Texans wanted him killed, but Houston prepared his life for a condition that he recognized Texas independence and take all his troops out of the Texas. He agreed to do both. Later, the Mexican government refused to accept Texas independence, but Texas didn't care. They considered themselves free and selected Herb Houston, President of the Republic of Texas. Texas applied for U.S. statehood right away, but it had to form a stable government of its own until it gets statehood in December 1845. It was considered an independent nation by the United States and many countries in Europe. Conclusion: Texas and U.S. citizens have many reasons for fighting at the Alamo. Some thought to become rich and landowners. Some thought to keep slaves, and most believed they were fighting for freedom. Wherever Angelo and Chandler and most people living in Texas wanted independence from Mexico dictatorship in the United States. The Battle of the Alamo is remembered as the symbol of the heroism in the struggle for freedom in Mexico. It has been a part of the campaign to steal the Mexican land. History is rarely as simple as right and wrong. Only by learning our viewpoints and can understand what truly happened at the Alamo.
Good job.
Mày sẽ cố lúc nào đây? Tây Ban Nha. Đúng không? Bố không phát rồi. Mexico Tây Ban Nha. Xong rồi. Thế rồi xong thì có thể 93 rồi đấy. Excel nước nào đang đánh nhau kìa. Làm thêm cả Mỹ can thiệp nữa là ok vui luôn. Như là hơn 8 giờ.
tôi xong rồi mình làm một phát luôn mệt. Thì tôi vừa thả chân ra
đúng với con mua có cái quả bé nhất đang ăn cái ổ vậy nó ăn sang vậy nó nước.
Em sao bây giờ phải nó cứ tin